Hi friends, welcome back to another video. Today we'll talk about one of the most common questions related to knife sharpening, and that is, what is the burr and how to remove it? And we'll be doing all of this with a beautiful knife from the Bulgarian master Kaloyan Kostov. The steel is RWL 34. He put a lot of effort into this hybrid handle made of alder tumor and resin. Let's take a closer look. Stainless steel guard, mirror polished. G10 and brass dividers. Mirror polished stainless steel heel. So the entire construction looks amazing, and I'm truly honored to be able to make an edge on this. But let's see how to sharpen it. First of all, I will create a cutting edge with a 150 grit CBN stone from Hapstone Premium. That way I can show you what a burr looks like on the cutting edge. These are diagrams of burr. It is metal taken off the cutting edge during sharpening that has not yet separated from the apex. I will build the cutting edge at 19 degrees per side, by removing metal from the blade on both sides until a burr is formed. Even when building the cutting edge, I use a technique that helps reduce the burr that is created. When I work from the corresponding side of the cutting edge, as soon as I turn the blade to the other side, I perform several pulling movements from the edge down. This way I guarantee that the burr that forms will be broken off smoothly from the apex, without shedding metal from it and creating pits. Then I start working on this side of the blade as well. When using a fixed angle sharpening system, removing the burr from the cutting edge can be a crucial step. Okay, after sharpening, we have cutting edge, but still have a burr on the apex. I'm going to show you how to remove it and what mistakes you should avoid. You may already know that when we sharpen a knife, we always need to sharpen both sides of the blade. Thus, burr is always created on the opposite side of the one we are currently working on. As we said, it is deformed metal particles that have not yet been removed from the cutting edge. After building the cutting edge, I now turn the blade, and the burr is on the top side of the blade. I can even feel it with my fingers. While on the bottom side of the blade there is none, because that's where I worked last. You can see how the blade doesn't cut the paper towel well because the burr that's there gets in the way. But let's take a look at the cutting edge with a digital microscope. You see, this is the side I worked on last, and there's no burr visible here. But when I turn the blade over, you'll notice the little metal particles that are curling up from the cutting edge. They need to be removed from the apex so that it remains straight and clean so that it can penetrate the material we are cutting. But how we can do that? First of all, we start with pulling movements from the edge down, on the side we last worked on. Then we turn the blade and repeat the same movements on this side. Thus, with the help of the stone, we rip out the larger parts of the burr away from the cutting edge, without damaging the apex. I repeat these movements several times on both sides of the blade, reducing the burr as much as possible before I start making the next movements, which are pushing movements against the cutting edge. To get scratches on the cutting edge at a 45-degree angle to it, I mentally divide the blade into several sections, not making one movement from the heel to the tip, but 3 or 4 movements to cover the entire area of the blade. This is important because in this way we create a micropile on the apex with a precisely defined angle. It doesn't matter which direction you do them, whether from the heel to the tip or from the tip to the heel. You can work as you are comfortable. You can also do them on one side from the heel to the tip, and on the other from the tip to the heel. It is more important that the movements are made without any pressure on the stone, only with its weight, so the sharpening angle remains constant and we work exactly on the top of the apex. Now that we're done, I can show you how to clean the apex with my digital microscope. You can see that there are no more metal particles curled up on either side, only bits of the paper I used to wipe the oil off the blade. The apex is cleaner and will be more durable this way. This process is repeated after each subsequent stone we use. With each successive finer abrasive, we reduce the burr further and further. Let's see if the knife cuts the paper towel cleanly. Despite the fact that the stone is quite rough, we can see that the knife cuts without tearing the paper. The reason is that there is no more burr on the apex. Let me show you the finished sharpened knife. After using a few more abrasives, you can see the mirror polished cutting edge is ready. A great addition to the finely polished RWL 34 steel blade. Really very good work by the master. The knife is beautiful and very comfortable in the hand. We can check the sharpness of the knife by slicing through several empty cigarette tubes. It's a good way to check if your knife is sharp enough. As you can see, the knife cuts very well and slices through the tubes easily. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new today and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.